DM wanted a female for balance, gets upset when the females form a group of their own. This went down in my local area's D&D group, where you can post if you're a DM looking for a player, or if you're a player looking for a table. A DM posted saying that a spot had opened up at his table, but he wanted a female for balance because the table was all males. But he also added that this was a dark and edgy homebrew, which on its own wasn't a huge deal, but paired up with the whole looking for a female thing didn't sit well with me, but initially I just scrolled past it. Several women pointed out that having one woman at a table of 6 was not balance, and the DM responded that he was trying to create a more diverse table, and seemed completely oblivious to any suggestion that having over 80% of the table being men wasn't adding much diversity, and refused to answer as to why he was so adamant on having a woman at the table. Other commenters, men, who were looking for a table were upset and called sexism because they were being excluded due to their gender, as tables in this area are largely hard to come by unless you offered to host at your house. My spidey senses started to go off as to why he was adamant on having a woman at the table after it was pointed out that it wasn't going to actually bring much diversity to the table, and I think the same happened for several other prospective players. A woman commented that even though she was a woman, she was now leery of joining this particular table, and a few other women posted that they were in the same boat, also not wanting to join. So I suggested we form our own group, and someone volunteered to DM. The DM then proceeded to go on a rant in the comments about how he was trying to be a good person by including more women in his game, and instead we were segregating ourselves. He then deleted the entire post and then reposted saying there was one spot at his table free, nothing about gender, etc. No takers just yet, but I'm sure someone, especially the men that were initially excluded, will sign up. The group that I formed had our session 0 last night, and it went really well. Oh boy, here we go. Well, as much of an expert as I am on sexism and the female experience— that's British sarcasm, I'm absolutely not an expert— I feel like everyone is a little unfair in this situation. The DM here might have genuinely had his heart in the right place, even if the women in the story have every right to be skeptical. But even with the best of intentions, the criticism about having a token girl at an all-male table is still valid. And I've seen enough stories about one girl playing at a table full of guys to know just how badly that can go. But the men crying sexism in the comments come so close to understanding the problem, but still willfully fall short. Either way, let's just leave it at I hope this DM finds a great player for his table no matter what gender they are, and I hope the women have a great time at their own game, because these games are for everyone, no matter who you are or who you play with. Let's go, ladies! But that's just my thoughts on it, and in case this video destroys me, it's been nice having a channel while it lasted, so please be gentle in the comments.